I was someone's Club Penguin boyfriend for half an hour. They didn't know that I wasn't a boy. I was someone's Club Penguin boyfriend for half an hour. You know what? I have been in a relationship. It was great. It was amazing. That's rough for them. Well, they never found out, so they get to live with the good memory of the half-hour Club Penguin relationship that they had. Wow, Uruka's a supreme boyfriend material. You can write that on the Google form. For the last time, the Google form is not for dating. It's only for action. Cause there are people who only want the action and not the other stuff. Uruka destroying more people's hopes and dreams, I see. Dude, kid was probably like 9 or 10. Or maybe they weren't. I don't know. Imagine if that half hour was the best relationship they've ever had. I mean, in my terms, technically that was the best relationship I've ever had because that's the only relationship I've ever had. My best relationship was a Club Penguin relationship that lasted half an hour. What sort of action? You know, you know, premarital eye contact. Yeah, yes. Keep murdering that guy that held your hand. We never like officially did anything. So technically, I mean, if you want to count the like 1 or 2 weeks, I don't consider it in my head. So someone should write a fan fiction of my 30-minute relationship in Club Penguin as a penguin's boyfriend. Did you go to prom with him? The hand-holding guy? I in fact did. I think I probably told the story of the dude that I went to prom with. No cap? Yeah, I did. I went to junior prom with him. Good for him. Yeah, the messy thing about it is like all the messy stuff happened between the time that I asked him to go with me and the actual prom. So it was kind of awkward. We like figured things out before the prom happened, but then after prom, other things also happened. So it was kind of weird. But at least for the actual thing, he wasn't that weird until the end. Did he or not entangle the fingers correctly by the time prom happened? He just didn't. We did dance though. That's the dance, the slow dance at the very end. That's when weird things happen. I'm pretty sure I told the story before. He like props to him. He like we went with a group. We went with my friend group because we were close friends. So we went with my friend group. And some of us brought dates. So he like pulled me away from the group and he asked me. He was like, can we dance when they put on the slow dance song or whatever? And I was like, yeah, sure. Not thinking that it would be weird or anything. Comes the time of the slow dance. I'm like, cool, let's slow dance. He like freaking pulls me with a freaking death grip, bro. Like, I don't think I've been held that closely, tightly to someone ever. Unless you count hugs, but I feel like that's different. He was holding my waist very tightly, and I was not really comfortable with the lack of space. So I was like kind of pulling away. So I was just kind of bending like this way, you know, like, because he had a death grip on my waist. So I was just like pulling back like that. And longest 3 to 4 minutes of my life. The friends that I had that like didn't bring guys with them, they were kind of just like standing. They were standing on the side, and we were like, when you slow dance, you kind of like spin, right? When we spun to a position that I could make eye contact with them, I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, he must have been nervous. He's trying to make a move, yeah. And then later on, I don't know if I'm just like thinking weirdly, but he kind of implied something. He kind of implied that he did something afterwards. And I'm gonna be honest, if I heard that now, I would be flattered. As a 17-year-old, I'm kind of creeped out. I think my brain just didn't develop. My brain did not develop at the same speed as his. Flattered. I mean, just you can maybe don't ask someone, but I will guarantee you a lot of people, if you know them, if you're in the right kind of relationship with them, if it's a stranger, no, but like, you know what I mean? 17-year-old brains are wired different. Yeah, I mean, he's also older than me a little bit, so I don't think that's something to be flattered by. I mean, I if you're not a literal friend, or a stranger, if you're in the right kind of relationship, I feel like that's a form of flattery. At least in my head, don't do it in front of someone. Don't intentionally tell someone. But if I knew for some reason, yeah. Maybe thinking about the wrong thing, like you bragged about doing something with you. No. The thing you do solo. Yeah, that. Depends on the person. There are some circumstances where if it's an opening to hook up, especially for younger people, if you're like seeing someone, I guess it's like, keep in mind, a teenage me did not think this. If you're seeing someone, and not that they're bragging about it or anything, but like if you knew for some reason, it shows they have interest in you. Yeah, the knowledge of attraction, I guess. But yeah, no, when I was a teenager, I didn't think that at all. I would just creep the hell out. I can say that now that my brain is more developed. But at the time, I was like, what the fuck? It's not the fact that it happened. It's the fact that he felt the need to tell me. Yeah, you softening the wording of this whole thing isn't helping at all. Look, I'm not softening the wording for you. I'm softening the wording for me. After prom too. Yeah, it was like very, very, very close to after prom. And I was like, okay, I think I know what you're trying to imply here, but why? Why? Can't feel her turning red. I'm not turning red. I'm not turning red. I'm just not used to talking about it openly, I guess. I don't know why I needed to add openly. Like, I don't talk about it closedly too. If there's a more intimate setting that's properly set up and it comes as a revelation, it can be a trigger for something more active. That is true. That's true, but I feel like he probably should have gotten the memo that I wouldn't be ready for that since I pulled away from his hand holding. Look how comfortable you are with us, Urufu. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I really don't mind talking about this kind of thing. Like, you know, it's just a story. It's just a story to tell. And even if I am a degenerate, you already know that. But when I was 17, I was not. It's a recent development. It always comes back to hand-holding. Yeah, it always comes back to the hand-holding. I mean, I feel like if it happened now... Okay, not maybe. If it happened now, I would definitely react differently. So you're saying you're not seiso? Did you ever really believe that I was? I was seiso. Before, I was more seiso as a teenager. Stop trying to get chat to confess their horrible actions about you. I'm not. I'm not. You have an unseiso mind but no knowledge. You know what? That's fair. I don't really know anything, but the mind is unseiso. I mean, it's fine. It's natural, you know. If anything, I should just be thankful that I wasn't unseiso until I was an adult, I guess. Otherwise, that would be much harder to deal with. Funny, like it's not knowledge, it's a slow experience, but that can be excused. Some of us are late bloomers. Some of us. I am very, very late. So that's the entire reason why I only have cringe stories. Just because late bloomer. That's literally the entire reason why.